Welcome to the Living Big podcast, where we're all about embracing life to the fullest. Hey, I'm Marley.
And I'm Kylie, and we're thrilled you're here. We explore how to pursue our passions, nurture meaningful connections, and inject some serious fun into our lives.
We're here to show you you're not alone.
And we want to do what we can to ease the stresses of everyday life and help you in your journey of living big. Welcome back to Living Big, where you're going to get the best of both worlds today. We're here as Hannah
And Miley.
for Halloween time. We had to do something fun because why not do the best dynamic duos ever? I guess she's technically one person, but nobody knows that.
Right.
So, a dynamic duo.
Absolutely.
Marley had this Hollister shirt and lacy undershirt ready to go for this episode. And we both kind of recreated some looks from Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus. And it was just too good to pass up an opportunity. So
I don't think I'll ever be able to actually get rid of my skinny jeans or this Hollister shirt.
yeah.
It's perfect. I'm sorry. If you don't agree, we can't be friends.
I'm like, you gotta keep it for your kids though.
Yes.
Honestly, like it's iconic. It's so iconic. I
My
love
shirt
it.
is high quality. It is so soft.
Yeah.
It almost still smells like Hollister. Okay.
It still smells
Yes.
like Hollister. Oh my gosh. So we're having a lot of fun this season of Halloween, kind of spooky season, dressing up. We both really, really love that. So
We're
we
both
had
very
to.
extra
Yeah.
when it comes to Halloween.
When we thought about our Halloween episodes, like literally at the beginning of this year, we were like, we should do dynamic duos and dress up. So now we're just actually finally here.
We have too many ideas. So, come back next year and see
we
what
do.
happens. Yeah. See what we do next year.
It's spooky season, and by now we're really diving into kind of all of our favorite Halloween stuff. So we wanted to talk specifically books and movies today, TV shows that kind of give us the spooky vibes that help us really bring out our inner Halloween during this time.
Yes. Have you already been watching
We watched
spooky movies?
We watched the first Harry Potter, which isn't like necessarily spooky, but it's just very fall vibes.
And
you know
nostalgic.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything like that, so good.
I love it. So
Yeah.
good.
I'm looking forward to watching a ton more spooky movies.
We've watched Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh.
We watched Coraline today.
I don't think I've ever seen Coraline.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It gave me the heebie-jeebies today,
Yeah, I think they're all kind of creepy.
but Leo loved it, so he wanted to keep watching it. I was
He's
like,
yeah.
okay.
You're like, I'm scared.
I
You're
think
not
he likes
scared?
creepy things. It's great.
Coley also likes to be scared, which I'm like, interesting.
I do
'Cause
not.
she's on the more timid side normally.
Do
So-
you? Do you like doing like haunted things?
No, I like jump scare, like thriller type things like that. Like that's more fun to me than like demonic or like
Oh, no, I mean, like,
possession.
Going and being scared at like a haunted house
No,
situation?
I mean I haven't really done that. I did
Okay.
it like one time in high school with my
Okay.
cousin Kylie.
Kylie
Alex
squared.
Boyer was there. Yeah,
Oh,
Kylie
fun.
squared. Yeah. Oddly enough, I went to the Hannah Montana concert at Stadium of Fire with my cousin Kylie too.
You saw Miley perform?
Hannah Montana.
Sorry.
It wasn't Miley.
She wore the wig?
Yeah, she was Hannah Montana at the Stadium of Fire.
Did you see her as Miley at all?
No.
Oh,
Hannah
this would have
Montana.
been like, she was young then.
Yeah, she was really young, and we were like,
Whoa.
that was the only concert I had ever been to, and I was mind blown. I was so happy. So shout
I am
out to
so
Kai.
jealous.
That was like the best night of my life,
Oh my gosh.
besides Taylor Swift.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a legacy.
I know. I'm like, I will take it.
I love that.
So if you guys don't know already, Marley and I are part of a book club, and we have read a lot of fun kind of mystery books throughout the years. I can't believe it's already been years since we've been doing book club.
Mm-hmm. You can say years.
Years, not this year. So we literally,
Yeah.
I was compiling a list of all the books that we had read, and I was realizing that we've been doing it for years, and we actually have a lot of fun recommendations. So if you are looking for fun books,
Is it 5 years? This October?
I think so.
I was trying to count and I was like, I think it's been 5 years. Was it 2019?
Maybe 2020. I think it was 2020. It was a
Then that'd be 4 years?
COVID thing.
Mm.
I think we started. Yeah, 4 years.
Okay. It was
Mhm.
4 years ago.
4 years.
Wow. That's crazy.
But we love Halloween books and movies because it really does feel magical. It's very nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to start off by sharing some of our favorite Halloween books and movies. First off, there is just straight magic that people can create in movies. Harry Potter is, you know, a great example of that. I think it's so fun. Oh my gosh. Like, it still holds up. And I think it, and I think it will always be that way.
I think so. It's genuinely so good. My husband and I were watching it, like I said, just the other night. And all of the like graphics, everything, I'm like, if they made these now, I think they would do them a lot more simple. But like Hogwarts needs to be what it is.
Yeah.
Like they created a masterpiece. All the paintings, all the like stairs that move. And I feel like back then they were really trying hard to recreate exactly what books were like. And now sometimes they take creative liberties and they do them a little bit differently. But I feel like they were like, okay, let's take this book and like really try to create the world she created.
Right.
And they created an entire, like you feel like you can step into it,
I
which
know.
is so fun when you're watching Harry Potter.
Well, and then people have taken that many steps farther. You can go to like Harry Potter World and things like that, right? And I know people who have gotten like tattoos of Hogwarts kind of thing. Yeah. Because it's so beautiful. It's so intricate and like well done.
What Hogwarts house do you belong to?
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Me too.
No wonder we're doing this.
I know. I actually know a lot of more Hufflepuffs than I ever imagined.
Oh, okay.
In my little brain when I was younger, I thought like everyone was Gryffindor because they talk about Gryffindor like mostly
right
in the movie.
And obviously they're like the coolest, quote unquote.
But Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw I didn't really see. Like you see Gryffindor and Slytherin a lot, and I don't know very many Slytherins. In fact, I've only met one person who's taken the test and like turned out to be genuinely Slytherin.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Many people associate Halloween with childhood memories, trick-or-treating, dressing up. Oh my gosh, I have so many fun memories of dressing up. What we'd do is we'd have our costumes and then we'd throw it in the dress-up box, right? Yep. And then you just keep using that. And oh my gosh, it's so fun.
My mom still has the dress-up boxes that we can pull from today. Like there's so many dress-ups.
She didn't get rid of them?
No. That's one of the things she kept.
I think we might have ours too.
And I love it. Some of them aren't there. Like when I was really little, I wish I had my Jasmine costume because it was like better than the ones they do now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we have it though.
Oh, dang. I do have to say it's so fun to go back and rewatch some of these favorite movies and things. So nostalgic in pure millennial vibes. We love nostalgia.
We really do.
We fit that stereotype real well.
100%.
Yep.
There's no hiding that.
Did they just make a mold of us? Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, we say zillennial moms, but we're really millennials.
Yeah. Just young ones.
Yep. We also love fun Halloween stories. They can be lighthearted, spooky. I'm not like a crazy spooky person.
Yeah, we haven't gone like too hard. So if you're looking for like really hardcore spooky
that's not
books
us.
And movies, we don't really have very many good recommendations. But I'm sure there are plenty out there on the Googles.
Exactly.
So.
Yes. No, I was just thinking how we like have grown up to listen to true crime and stuff, you know. That's what it's kind of grown into. It's morphed into those kinds of things.
I like mystery, thrillers, true crimey.
Maybe a little more whimsical.
Yeah.
Just a little eerie kind of thing.
Nothing that's going to actually keep me up at night or like scare me when I'm driving.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But I just think it's funny. I'm kind of reading through our little thoughts here, how we like to escape. And I'm like, no wonder we're all into like romantasy. We read Fourth Wing and ACOTAR and stuff.
We just like these fantasy worlds.
Yes.
It's like I could just leave mine behind for a minute.
Yeah.
And be a fairy princess or whatever I need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Rider. I think the OG, I don't know if this is probably like the real OG, but you know, the OG was definitely Harry Potter. Because, I mean, he was like on a hippogriff.
Witch and a wizard.
Yeah.
Riding animals.
He rode a lot of things. He was on a broom. Yeah. He was on a hippogriff. He was on a flying car.
Want to fly, huh?
Yeah.
It's true. We were just like, let's fly.
I'm down. I'm down. Oh,
I love that.
All the cozy vibes. You just put up a reel on your personal account.
Yes.
Where you made like butterbeer.
Yeah.
And had a cutie blanket.
There's the cutest old man on TikTok, which I literally asked my husband, I was like, do you think he like makes and edits these videos himself? And he's like, yeah, he has like hundreds and he has like 1 million followers. He's very old and he makes milkshakes and different drinks. And we looked up his butterbeer recipe. I'll link him in our story because he's adorable. But we actually used
Whipped cream? Oh, you use
No.
caramel sauce.
No, not caramel.
Butterscotch?
Butterscotch. Yeah, butterscotch sauce. Thank you for reading my brain.
I
there.
saw it in the
in the mix.
yeah. Hiram was like mixing it.
Yeah, and that made it amazing.
Oh, really?
Genuinely, you got to do that. It was so good. I was like
The
licking
secret
the bottom
sauce.
of my cup. I'm
Ooh.
like, can I please get all of this liquid gold out? It was so good.
Oh,
so
that
very
sounds so
cozy.
yummy.
Love it. Good dates, candles, blankies.
It's not quite cold just
No.
yet here, or in a lot of places. I don't think it's crisp outside just yet.
But maybe by the time you're listening to
Hopefully,
this, it
yeah.
will be. Because this is going to be like right before Halloween.
Ooh, I'm hoping by then it'll
Yeah.
be super nice.
It should probably be crisp.
Yeah.
Okay, without further ado, we're going to launch into our recommendations for spooky or Halloweeny themed books.
Let's do it.
And we've got a lot. I love them. So our first ever book club book that we read back in 2020
So fun.
was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And honestly, I feel like not a lot of people had read it yet. Like now people are really getting into it, and she has the whole series done.
Right.
But at the time, it was a one book wonder, and it just had a really cute cover. And I was like, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like sign me up.
That sounds very up our
perfect.
alley.
Yeah, it sounded like, you know, Pretty Little Liars, or like, you know, just that kind of theme.
More YA kind of thing. We were noobs in the book realm.
And we didn't want to go hardcore.
Right. It needed to be a little on the maybe thinner side.
Yeah.
A few less pages maybe.
So if you don't know what this book's about, here's kind of a little summary for it. There is a super popular high school senior named Andy Bell, and she was murdered by her boyfriend, Sal Singh. I think that's how you say his name. Who then killed himself. And it's just a really tragic story. Everyone talks about it. 5 years later, there's a girl named Pip who lives in the same town. And she just sees how this tragedy is still kind of haunting the town, haunting their families, both families, a lot. She can't shake the feeling that there was more that happened. And so she becomes her own detective. And she kind of starts digging into this for a school project, trying to figure out, was it really Sal? What was his motives? If so, were there other people involved? And how could he have been a killer, because she knew him and he was always so nice. So it's really, really fun. It kind of wraps you right in the story. She just re-examines the closed case and discovers lots of dark secrets as you go. And you start thinking literally every person you meet is got to be the killer.
Yeah.
Because she had been all over the place, had relationships with so many people, had kind of a dark, twisted little past and everything like that. And so you come to find out, is Sal innocent or not? And who actually killed Andy?
I know. Oh, it's so fun.
It's so good. It's so fun.
They
But-
have the show on Netflix if you just want to watch it, but the book is better.
Yeah.
That's not always the case. I'm going to throw that out there. I'm not completely a snob.
Yeah.
The book is not always better than the movie. Okay.
But in this scenario, I have to agree.
Yeah.
The TV show was fun,
Yeah, it was fun.
but the book is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next book is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which I think you could.
Sorry.
We're struggling.
We're struggling.
Which we've already mentioned multiple times, Harry Potter. We
Yeah.
specifically picked this one because we were going to have a party for book club.
Yeah.
Where we dressed up, and we just thought it would be like kind of the right length for the month and everything like that. But you can't go wrong with any Harry Potter book. And I'm not even going to give a summary for this, because if you haven't read Harry Potter and if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to repent immediately.
Go watch it right now. Pause this. Go watch.
It's like,
Or read.
I mean, I just hope you know, if you've never watched or read them, the general idea of the witch and wizards.
It is
and-
the third one.
Yeah.
Okay. And people argue that that one's the best one.
Yeah.
So
Which
that
is
was
another
kinda
reason
why
why
did
we
it.
skipped it. I mean, not skipped.
Why we picked it.
Wow, I'm so sorry, guys.
Woo.
But this book club was really special because we invited the husbands to come.
Yeah.
I decorated my house like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And, you know, the door was the platform 9 3/4.
You had
to
some
get
old
in.
luggage.
Yeah, I had old luggage.
We have to put
We
some
had the
pictures up.
trolley.
Mhm.
We had, the wizard. Where have you seen these wizard posters on the wall? Marley dressed her husband up as,
Voldemort.
oh, I was going to say, he who must not be named. But
Sorry.
just kidding.
I'm Hufflepuff.
I'm a Hufflepuff. Oh, it was so good. It was truly classic, and I'm so proud of Eager for just absolutely embracing that, because he had the full makeup. Like,
He he's not super extra about many things
But it'll go
in the
hard.
ways that I am, but he will go so hard for Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's so fun.
Marry me again. Okay. He just he let me put a bald cap on him.
Yeah.
I had to cover his nose
Yeah.
with tape and like cotton so
Can
that
you
way
even
he couldn't breathe. No. I mean, you cut the little snake holes, but they don't do anything.
Oh my god.
He sat there for like 3 hours letting me do this to him. It was great.
And then came to the party for another 3.
oh, and he did like silly little videos with us
Yeah.
and got way into it. It was
We
great.
made him do the Princess Diaries one where you take 2 pictures of the person and you put them in front of their face and then you know,
The reveal.
unveil the new version of them, but it was Voldemort. It was so good. It was too freaking fun. We're going to put pictures of this in our Instagram. This is a great idea for you for the future as well. Very fun to have a Harry Potter themed dress up party. Highly recommend.
And I was Bellatrix. And you were
Le
Fleur.
Yeah.
Fleur Delacour. Le Fleur. I mean, in French, right?
Yeah, we're struggling. It's all right.
Yeah. It's been a day. It's been a month. Past couple of
Been
months.
5 months.
I know.
Half a year.
Since we like still haven't been paid.
Lots of dead people now. You know, it's
Oof.
just.
Yep. You can't laugh. You're just gonna cry.
I did in my closet today, so it's all good. Moving right along.
Oof. Real
Unhinged.
confessions.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next book, I do remember it. And I
Okay.
do remember really liking
This
it.
was last year's.
Yes.
So it was a lot closer.
Right. But that also indicates that I think it was good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I'm like, oh, I remember this remember this one pretty vividly.
Yeah.
I read it really quickly. I think it was like in 2 days that
Yeah.
I listened to it on Audible, like 2 times speed, because I procrastinate. Anywho. But here is the synopsis. Alicia Berenson's.
You didn't say which book. No worries.
Where are our brains?
We did a whole bunch of TikToks before this
Yeah.
as Miley and Hannah, and now
Yeah.
we're just like, la la la.
We're back 13-year-olds. Yeah. Anywho, never thought I'd sing on the podcast.
Oh, why not? I definitely thought you would.
Oh, well, maybe one day, but okay. This is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I don't know.
Sounds right to me.
I'm sorry, sir. All right, so here's the synopsis. Okay, Alicia Berenson's life is seemingly perfect. A famous painter married to an in-demand fashion photographer. She lives in a grand house with big windows overlooking a park in one of London's most desirable areas. One evening, her husband Gabriel returns home late from a fashion shoot, and Alicia, right? Or does he call her Alicia? I think he calls her Alicia, if I remember right, in the audible of it. Shoots him 5 times in the face, and then never speaks another word. She goes silent.
Yeah,
that's why it's called Silent Patient. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any kind of explanation turns a domestic tragedy into something far grander, a mystery that captures the public imagination and casts Alicia into notoriety. The price of her art skyrockets, and she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids and spotlight at the Grove, a secure forensic unit in North London. Theo Faber is a criminal psychotherapist who has waited a long time for the opportunity to work with Alicia. His determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband takes him down a twisting path into his own motivations, a search for the truth that threatens to consume him.
This was so intense.
This one was good. This one was twisty.
Yeah, I really liked it.
This one was twisty.
I actually guessed the little twists that happened like about halfway through the book. I was like, this is curious.
It's curious.
It was very curious. You learn a lot about all the characters, all the people, all their motivations. And it is different than you would probably expect.
It's wild.
But
it was so good.
Really, really good. The book we're reading right now is really fun. It's about a boy named Patch who has a missing eye. And we have just started calling the book Patch itself instead of the title because the title is kind of long. But here's a little synopsis of it. 1975 is a time of change in America. The Vietnam War is ending. Muhammad Ali is fighting Joe Frazier. And in the small town of Montclair, Missouri, girls are disappearing. When the daughter of a wealthy family is targeted, the most unlikely hero emerges, Patch, a local boy with one eye.
Why does he look like a Cabbage Patch Kid in my head? It's the 70s.
Because they call him Patch. I'm like, how rude that they literally, I mean, maybe that's why, but I'm like, is his actual name Patch? Or is that his nickname? You know, he has one eye. And is his mother like, you will be named Patch?
Well, it's like Captain Hook with Hook.
Anyway, Patch, a local boy with one eye, saves the girl and in doing so leaves heartache in his wake. Patch and those who love him soon discovered that the line between triumph and tragedy has never been finer. As they search for answers, it will lead them to truths that can be losing one another. A missing person mystery, a serial killer thriller, a love story, a unique twist on each. Chris Whitaker has written a novel about what lurks in the shadows of obsession and the blinding light of hope.
Creepy. Sounds fun.
Creepy, but also has like some love in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like kind of a mixture. And so far I'm about halfway through it and I'm really enjoying it.
I'm already getting weird vibes though. You know how when you read It Ends With Us and the whole Ellen thing is happening?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like with Patch.
Yeah.
Where you're like, could we not have thought of something a little more just like grown up, mature? I don't know.
Generic. Maybe.
Yeah. But if you want to join in on our book club this month, I say our, it's definitely Kylie's.
No, we're both involved.
The book club that we are a part of that Kylie started. Feel free and share your thoughts with us. DM us what you think of this book if you read it too.
I'm reading another one, but I can't remember the title right now, so I'll put it in the stories as well.
I had to look up what I had just read, so I feel that. Why is it we read books and then
I'm
it's
like, why
gone.
am I even reading? Just kidding. Some of our other favorite mysteries or thrillers or different things that we've read throughout the years that weren't necessarily Halloween
or Harry Potter
are Death on the Nile. We read that one and then went to the movie. That was fun.
I liked the book.
Yeah, the movie was but that was a fun read. Finley Donovan is killing it. Was so funny. I have never laughed out loud at like a murder mystery type book.
Yeah.
But it's actually hysterical. So if you're in the mood to laugh, giggle,
it's so good.
It keeps going down a path of like what you won't expect, and it gets worse and worse for this mom of little kids, single mom with her nanny. They team up, basically become hitmen. It's hilarious.
It is a series of unfortunate, hilarious events.
And it actually is a series. There's 4 books now. Read them all. I feel like the first one is just obviously the rock star as usual.
Yeah.
The first one's usually the best, but the whole series was really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've read the first one, and then the end of it is like a huge cliffhanger. So you have to keep reading.
You do.
So, and I just have too many books that I'm in the middle of like trying to read all at the same time that it's just...
But that one, out of all of them, I'm like, definitely recommend. Finley Donovan is killing it.
So fun.
So fun.
Okay. Let's see. We read... This is not a recommendation. This is an anti-recommendation. Please don't read this one.
This is if you were about to avoid this.
We're here to deter you. Okay. Flicker in the Dark. It was meh.
I just hated the ending so bad.
Yeah.
Like I have like moral issues with the ending.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. It was bad.
Hate that one.
Sorry to the author, but you could have literally picked anyone else as the murderer.
In fact,
and it would have been better.
You should have picked
probably should have
the right murderer.
Yeah.
Because I think there was one who it would have been the best for the story.
Absolutely.
So you missed out.
Could have been the biggest twist. I mean, it was twisty, but you get to the end and you're like, oh.
And then you're like,
that's
gross.
Not okay.
What the heck? Why?
Oh. Anywho. So, yeah. Let's see. The Maid.
I didn't love that one either.
A lot of people really love that one.
I feel like there are ones similar to it that I much prefer.
Okay. Is that what I'm thinking of? It
was read by Nita Prose. She worked in a hotel.
Right. I totally remember it.
Yeah.
She's like on the spectrum a little bit and she sees things very differently and interacts really interesting. I love that part of it.
Yeah.
But didn't love.
I don't know. The writing was just not
it was okay.
Best.
Yeah, it was okay. But I feel like there's people who love. Maybe it's a different book by Nita Prose that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, The Maid is very popular by her. I just didn't love it. But that's okay. If you read it, if you have different thoughts, let us know.
Yes.
And this week, head to our Instagram because we want to hear all of your favorite Halloween time books. We'll get into movies in a minute. But we also want to hear what we should read next. Yes. So please recommend. We love, like we said, not super, super scary, but kind of thrillery, mystery vibes. We love it. And you can always go to Book Talk if you need your own recommendations beyond what we've said.
I just finished listening to the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And that one was really twisty. I actually really liked it. It was fun.
Fun. I like a fun one.
And they just kept like revealing more and more as you get through it. And so you're like, whoa, oh, okay. Anyhow, so I liked it. It was fun. At the beginning, it's super confusing. So you just kind of get into it for a second and then.
That's always kind of hard because you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's a little tricky at the beginning, but that one was fun too.
So fun. I love it.
All right. Movies. Let's get into movies and shows.
Yeah.
So fun. I think I prefer movies and shows to books.
For Halloween specifically, or
just
for fall?
Just for fall Halloween. Because I like to be cozy. I like to cuddle. I like to have a fun little
with a spouse.
drink. Yeah. It's the whole vibe. It's not just what I'm consuming. It's everything, you know? Like you light a candle. You got your cute little Halloween pillows out, you know? It's the whole thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes. Okay, so top 3 to 5 movies. That's gonna be difficult. Tip top here is Hocus Pocus. I'm just a musical nerd, and Bette Midler is just an absolute queen. She is perfection. Okay. And so is everyone else in the cast. Kenny Ortega, love him so much. He's first and foremost like a musical type of person. He did High School Musical and Dirty Dancing. He is fun. So good. But he did Hocus Pocus. Okay. I love anything witchy. So fun.
Yeah.
And they make it like a little bit spooky, but also cutesy and fun. Plus they sing and dance. And there's just so many hilarious moments. They just have comedy gold oozing from that movie.
Yeah. That's a really fun one.
So good.
I actually have never seen this next one, but I know this is a classic. So, and you just watched it.
I did.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Like day before yesterday.
Which I know it's the perfect crossover between Halloween and Christmas, which we're getting into just all of the holidays and this season, you know, of all the fun, spooky, romantic, cutesy things.
Way up there as well.
So what do you think about the Nightmare Before Christmas?
I think you can like it if you're a little kid. However, when you're an adult and you watch it, the whole thing is based in like moral dilemmas. And so it has some like more grown up themes in it. But if you're not into that, then you just watch it for the fun, spooky vibes. And then it's kind of quirky and weird and funky.
I always think of the ride at Disney, Haunted Mansion, when I think of like this.
Yeah. It's quirky. It's definitely spooky. I mean, they want to have like heebie-jeebies a little bit kind of thing.
Like make you a little uncomfy on purpose.
Yes. I really love Tim Burton though. He's just so funky. He's so fun. I love it. I mean, Wednesday came out last year. And
let's talk about Wednesday.
We need way more of that.
So freaking good.
And it didn't even come out for Halloween. It came out for Thanksgiving. It came out for Thanksgiving and everyone binged it because it was so good.
It was phenomenal. And anyone who doesn't think so, you're just wrong.
Yeah.
So good.
So pretty much anything Tim Burton, you're going to be okay. Beetlejuice just came out. That one was so hard to say. Just came out and I've heard really mixed reviews. I haven't watched it.
I haven't either.
Have you seen the first one?
No, I haven't seen either.
That one's also funky and quirky. It's creepy. It's fun.
I gotta do it though.
Yes. They're so fun.
It.
You got quite a bit of catching up to do this year.
I need to get into some of the nostalgic ones.
Yeah.
I love Halloween Town. I feel like that one is just family friendly, classic Halloween Town.
So cute.
So good. So fun. So if you haven't watched that, definitely watch that.
Yeah. Can you tell we are very much Disney Halloween people?
I'm like, what are my biggest thriller movies? I don't know. I watched one about like a pandemic one time. That was pre this pandemic. Now I'm like, never would I ever.
Is that where you're talking about like World War Z?
I think it's called Contagion.
Okay. Did it have
like
Channing
I've
Tatum
watched
in it?
World War Z. I honestly can't remember.
Okay,
it was so long ago.
I think. And then there's what's the one? I Am Legend.
Mm-hmm.
With with Will Smith.
Yes, I've watched I Am Legend.
That one's really good.
Is that the one with the dog in it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Those ones get me.
That one's
Dog
good.
ones. Coraline, you just watched?
Yep, just watched that one today. Leo seemed to really like it. Even though I was watching it, I was like, this is actually really creepy. Like, it still gives me, creepy heebie-jeebies.
Another movie that is not Halloween specific, but just is perfect for this time of year is Twilight.
Oh, yeah.
The music alone, feels like fall.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's not written, to be fall-y at
Yeah.
all.
More nostalgia as well.
It just feels like fall. Maybe it's the colors, the way they edit it. I don't know. But it is prime time.
Yeah.
Golden.
But also
Hilarious.
vampires and werewolves.
Yep.
That is
me.
so Halloween.
I am a vampire girl.
Yep.
I just down deep in my heart, I have a thing for vampires.
For Damon specifically.
Damon Salvatore. Specifically, Stefan, he's good. But Damon Salvatore.
I sent her this really funny video. It was like a...
Oh, the pink pony girl video?
No, not
From
that
Damon?
one. No, but that one's really good too.
Yeah.
They're so good. If you don't see their stuff on TikTok, they're like old grown men.
Yeah.
But they are so with it and on top of the TikToks.
On
It's
top of the
so funny.
trends.
Like with each other. They just egg each other on. It's so funny. No, but I had this, it was a post, right? It was a carousel. And it was like, your month is your vampire boyfriend or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then you scroll through.
I was so scared when you sent this to me because I was like, it better be Damon Salvatore.
Because January is Damon.
So then I'm like, I'm born in February. So if January is Damon, then February is who?
Right. Stefan.
Or Klaus.
Right.
Or who knows?
Exactly. But you scroll through and they're all Damon. That's why I sent it to her because I knew she'd be saying.
Whoever created that, you just get me. And you get all the girls, obviously, for every single month because you got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
You nailed it on the head.
I just love a character arc. He became a decent dude by the end. He's like, I just want to be a human and a dad.
So tender. He's the best.
I love that.
Bad boy vibes, but tender in there.
Right,
know?
yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
Just
I love
misunderstood.
Mm.
Okay.
that. Yeah. And then Stefan is kind of like,
He's just meh.
he has no character development and has kind of the
Well, he kind of
emotional
has
range of a teaspoon.
Anti-character development, I feel like.
He does, yeah. But then there's also versions of him that are straight up evil.
Yeah.
It's like him, but evil.
And Damon, it was more like a trauma response, I feel like,
Yeah.
than anything. So,
Stefan didn't really have trauma.
no, Stefan just kind of,
He was the younger brother that had it all good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the eldest daughter in me that just feels for Damon. I don't know.
You can just fix him.
Yeah.
No, but really I can.
I can.
Yeah.
Will.
Mm-hmm.
But Daddy, I love him.
I know. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not. But
But
we're just gonna weave little Taylor Swift quotes
Yeah.
in literally
as
every,
we're here
every
for
episode.
Hannah Montana and
I know.
Miley Cyrus,
But
you get the best of both worlds.
I think they're friends because Taylor Swift performed in the Hannah Montana movie.
Ooh.
That's as a tangent and not at all Halloween related. But in the Hannah Montana movie, there's the dance that the town puts on, and
Taylor Swift
performs Crazier. She has yet to perform that for the Eras tour. She doesn't own it still.
Wow.
I don't know what's gonna happen to it, but it's so good.
I need to go rewatch that because I don't remember that. But that is
Oh my
amazing.
gosh, she's so cute. I think she's in this cream colored dress. She's playing the guitar and everything. She's OG Taylor at this time. I think she was fearless actually.
Okay.
But and I think because she was a little too old maybe for Disney at the time. She's always had really good relationship with Disney, but anywho, we can cut all of this out. That was a lot of information.
Oh, I love it.
Anywho, but yeah, so she's in it. They're
That's so
connected.
fun.
Yeah, they're
I love
buddies.
it.
That's what I like to think.
Well, those are our recommendations.
Yeah.
TV shows, movies, books that kind of get you in the vibe for Halloween. It's coming right up. We want to hear all of your recommendations. We hope that this list kind of sparks some spooky inspirations for your season.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And whether you're reading a creepy book or watching a classic Halloween movie, we hope that you feel the magic.
Absolutely.
So, stay spooky, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Living Big podcast. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Join us on Instagram and TikTok for all the things, from relatable mom memes to fun girls' night ideas with your besties. See you next week.